This is the plaintiff, Joel Anderson. He says his dogs were in his Jeep with the top off and tied up to the center console. The defendant's unleashed beast jumped into his Jeep and started mauling one of his dogs. He had to punch the defendant's dog 10 times so he'd let go. Man, it was one of the scariest moments of his life because he thought his dog was going to be killed. Bottom line, the defendant won't pay for the vet bills, and he has no other choice but to sue him for the $5,000 he's owed. This is the defendant, Nathan Lehman. He says he was just getting home about the time the fight ended, and he's sorry it happened, but he thinks the plaintiff is blowing things a bit out of proportion, to say the least. The plaintiff's dog had one small thumbnail scratch on him and wasn't even bleeding. How he thinks he can sue for $5,000 is anyone's guess, and he thinks the judge will see right through it. He's accused of failing to control his dog.
Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor. You're welcome, ma'am.
Joel Anderson, you are suing your neighbor?
Yes.
Nathan Lehman and Greg Farish for $5,000 in vet bills and car damage and pain and suffering.
Yes, Your
due
Honor.
to the fact that his dog attacked your dog?
Yes.
Dogs? Tell me
Yes.
what happened.
I was getting ready to leave my house. My Jeep was parked 10 feet in front of my residence. I put my dogs into my vehicle. I secured into the center console with leashes, and I walked to the dumpster, threw the garbage out. On the way back from the dumpster, that's when I noticed that the defendant's gate was open and front door was open, and I was a little nervous because I know he has a dog. So
What kind of dog?
he just has a large black dog. That's all I knew at that time.
Okay.
Is that he had a large black dog.
And you've been neighbors for how long?
He's been there 2 years.
And have you seen the dog get out before?
No, I haven't seen the dog loose before, no.
Okay.
And so it just made me a little nervous that the dog potentially could be loose. At that point, I saw a dog came around from behind the car. And so it did startle me because the dog came directly up to me, but my dog started barking.
Okay.
That's when my dog started barking. The second my dog started barking, the dog turned and charged directly towards the Jeep.
Okay. And what happens?
The dog jumped up onto the back of the Jeep, was inside the Jeep, grabbed my dog by the throat, on the neck, and was trying to rip him out of the vehicle. I was there, I would hope a split second after that happened, that I was able to grab my dog with my left hand and keep my dog from being ripped out. It happened very quickly, so they were both
Did either of your dog
together.
have to go to the vet?
Yes.
Both of them?
The one of them immediately. I took the other one to the vet on the follow-up visit. I had her checked out also.
But she was fine.
She was okay.
Okay, so the dog that's in question, that's the injured dog, is
Yes.
What's that dog's name?
Cookies.
Cookies. And what's your dog's name?
My dog's name is Haley.
Haley. Okay, so when Haley, according to you, attacks Cookies, all right, how does Haley have Cookie? By the neck or by the what?
My dog's head was up like this because it was near the throat and the neck. I thought it
Okay.
was.
All right, so what'd you do?
I was on top of it immediately, and my first instinct was to keep my dog from being ripped out. Anytime a dog is on the ground, pretty much a dog can be killed almost instantly by a larger dog. There wouldn't be much I could have done there. So I was trying to keep my dog in the Jeep. So I was holding on to him by the back of his neck to keep him from being ripped out. And I was on top of where you would say the tire is for the vehicle. The dog was coming in through the backside. I was on the other side of the fender.
Okay.
Okay. I had grabbed my dog, keeping him inside. I had nothing.
What are you doing to get your dog loose from the grip of his dog, though?
I had nothing to use.
Okay, I'm sorry. I read your complaint. You say you punched his dog over and over again. Why won't you just tell me that?
Because that's what it came to.
Okay, so I know, but what do you think I'm trying to come to? I'm trying to ask you what happened.
Like that's what it came. It
Okay,
wasn't
so
like.
now, okay, how many times do I have to ask the same question? What did you do?
Then I had to use whatever I did.
Of course you did. Why are you so apologetic about this? So just tell me what you did.
I didn't want to have to do that.
What'd you do?
I had to punch the dog in the head.
How many times?
At least 10 times.
And did the dog eventually release?
Eventually, yes.
But not until the 10th punch?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what is he doing while this is going on?
The defendant wasn't home at the time.
Okay.
What
are the people in his household? Are they out or they don't know?
There was a neighbor from across the street ran out, and he couldn't do anything. He was frozen.
Okay.
He's the one who wound up calling the police.
Okay.
About the incident.
All right. So police come out. And what?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It was the police were there with a short time, so they were more concerned with trying to find the loose dog. I guess they didn't realize it had been brought in the house.
By then.
By
All
then.
right. So they go talk to your neighbors, are you privy to that or not?
No.
Do you have the police report?
No.
Do you have the police report?
No, I do not.
Okay. So you go to the vet and you incur how much in vet costs?
The vet bill for the initial surgery was $1,074.
Okay, but in total, you expend $1,323.50 with follow-up
It
visit?
was a follow-up visit plus.
Okay, can I have all of your vet bills? You're also suing for repair of the fender. Why is that?
The dog jumped up onto the car and as it was grabbing my dog by the throat
My dog
at the
was-
time.
Hold on a
was
second.
scratching.
It's not your turn. Go ahead.
Was scratching.
You weren't even there. Go
The
ahead.
fender flare and scratching the side, the rear quarter panel of the vehicle.
Okay, do you have pictures?
Yes.
Were you there?
No, I was not.
Were you there?
Shortly after.
Okay.
We returned-
I'm sorry, is anybody here for your side who actually witnessed it? Because according to him, there were 1 or 2 witnesses.
We have 2 written statements from our
Statements, yeah.
witnesses.
You don't have witnesses?
No, he was.
So your entire case is hearsay? Whose dog is this? It's a really cute dog.
That's
That's
cookies.
his dog.
That's your dog? That's a really cute dog. Ugh, with the lampshade. There's no dignity in that. What kind of dog is this?
Cocker Spaniels. They're defendants.
What happened that day?
That day, we were not there. We were out food shopping
Uh-huh.
for a barbecue. We had a guest over, her grandmother and my brother-in-law.
Okay,
So they were left at the house, and obviously the dog was there too.
right.
So the dog got loose. We got back. They called, so the dog wasn't
How did
loose.
the dog get loose?
She was pretty sly, and she snuck her way out.
How does she sneak her way out?
Because
She had
there was a
little
side
doggy
gate that
gloves and.
No, we have a gate here, and there's a side gate. And
Who left the gate open?
obviously we did, and they
Obviously,
let
it's
the dog.
not that sly, right? You know.
What happened was my grandmother was pushing my brother, who's in a wheelchair, out
Yeah.
through the front door. So
Not too fancy.
the side had a hole in it that we didn't see because it was behind the grill, and that's how she got out. And she got out through a hole on the neighbor's side. Our door is
She was
always
sly.
closed, yes.
All right, so,
Yeah.
so I don't understand then. Why are you telling me about how your grandmother was pushing your brother?
Because that's how she got out of the inside of the,
The
house.
inside, she
They
got out that
figured
way.
to
And
go
she
on
went
the
And then
deck.
after that, she found a hole.
And she found a hole, and
What
my
kind of
grandmother,
dog?
she's a pit bull.
Oh.
And she
Why
was...
is it always a pit bull? Can I have one case where it's not a pit bull? And then,
She's a
and then
bull
pit bull owners
mastiff.
always say, oh, you're so prejudiced against pit bulls.
She's a mix.
One measly case where it's not a pit bull. One.
She's
Can I have
a
one?
mix. She's not 100%.
She what?
She's a mix.
Oh, well, you know what? That's what people usually. At least she came right out and said he's a pit bull. Usually, it's a terrier, bulldog, or it's it's.
She's a.
Ay. Okay.
So we returned from that, knowing the dog was.
Incidentally, I have no prejudice against pit bulls
Yeah.
or pit bull owners. I'm just surprised that it's so often a pit bull that gets out. Because if anybody should be careful, it should be the owner of a breed
Yes, knowing the
that is a
breed, yeah.
different
Yes.
breed. The animal's an animal. It's not the animal's fault.
Exactly.
It's a different breed than other breeds,
Yeah.
right? They're different. Okay, they
And she was
clamp
being
and they don't let
adventurous
go.
and got herself in trouble.
Right,
So,
right.
Honor,
she
It's a
was
lot
pretty-
harder. It's not your turn. So go ahead.
so I returned, and the police was there, and the dog was out, and we seen
It's all over
Nanny.
by the time you return. So how are you
It
going to
was
testify
still-
about
it
what happened?
Just missed it.
Okay, but I know, but your dog got out, your dog bit that. Do you deny that your dog is the one that bit?
Not at all, not
oh, okay.
one bit.
So then what's your defense to paying
My
the vet bill?
defense is, my dog was nowhere near his Jeep, and his dog was not confined in his Jeep. His dog was at large also, and he was nowhere near the dog
Oh,
when the
according
whole
to you,
incident
his dog
happened.
wasn't secured in the Jeep?
No.
No.
Okay, says who? Because I need a witness to that.
Says this is Nanny, and it's a witness, and we brought her brother, but he was just, he's in a wheelchair, and he's
Agoraphobic,
not
he
feeling
doesn't-
up to the task of.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
But, and you want me, neither one of you were there, and you want me to read something somebody wrote who doesn't feel like being cross-examined? You know what I mean? Show me
Yeah.
what you got. I mean, it's all about holding up to cross-examination. I got to figure out who's telling the truth about how it happened. If this is true, that it didn't happen in the car, why am I seeing all the scratches? They're sort of odd scratches that wouldn't
Ma'am,
happen.
He has
some
dogs
other
Your
way.
going in and out
Honor,
of that
he
car all
owns
the
an
time.
all-terrain vehicle, which is with huge tires, and he takes this thing
I
four-wheeling and
know, take a
everything
look
else.
at that.
He's trying to get
what else do
repairs.
you haven't even seen it, you're already, denying
I
it.
know.
Why don't you take a look at it first?
I honestly, as big as Haley is, if she would have damaged this vehicle, it would have been a lot of damage.
You know, that's like the defendants I
Seriously.
used to have in domestic violence court that would say, if I'd have punched her, she'd have been in the hospital.
No, but
Ma'am, he takes this vehicle in the woods.
he has dogs
This
jumping
is
in
an
and out of
all-terrain
this
vehicle with
every
38-inch
day.
tires and.
It doesn't
Why is it
negate
my
what their
dog?
dog did to my vehicle.
Well, no, they're saying their dog didn't do it to
Supposedly
your
was,
vehicle.
there's nowhere
The
near your
problem with
vehicle.
your position is that you guys weren't there, so your testimony is really your
Yeah, we
opinion.
just
Honestly,
have
and
what
I
other
heard
people
his
told
story
us.
and he told me and I felt terrible about it, but that was not the truth.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Are pit bulls more aggressive than other dogs? What do you think?
I think no. I think it depends on who their owner is.
You think so? What do you think?
If you have a pit bull, you should have a special license to own one.
So you think pit bulls are different?
Yes, very.
Okay, you're going to be the tiebreaker.
I think pit bulls are very aggressive, but I think it depends on the owner.
Okay, so you basically took both sides. Okay, I got it. Going inside the courtroom.
Honestly, my whole opinion is yes, his dog bit my dog and she defended herself. We should maybe have to pay for maybe the wound care. Not all of this. This is the only bill he's
How
ever
are you gonna
submitted
prove
to
that?
us.
When you say we should have to pay for wound care, but not the rest of the vet bill?
What is all this?
Well, all that is the
I
wound
don't
care,
know what
sweetie.
all this is. It
Then
looks-
go educate yourself. That's not a defense to having to pay it. That's the vet bill from the bite. That is the vet bill from the bite.
I also had a
That's
conversation
understood.
with this gentleman also when he told me that when he took his dog to the vet told him that it really didn't need stitches and he opted for the stitches. Then he told me the medication for pain that he was given for his dog, that he wasn't even going to give it to his dog because his dog is completely fine.
Okay.
He never
Which
mentioned
we're happy
anything
to
to
hear.
us about his car. He never mentioned another vet bill.
Do you
He
have,
never
how did
mentioned
he come
anything.
to talk to you? Did he leave you a
He
note? Did
saw
he
me
send you an
outside
email? Or
on
did he,
my
I'm
deck.
sorry, I wasn't done. Did he leave you a note? Did he send you an email? Or it was all verbal face-to-face?
It was all verbal, face-to-face. He saw me outside on my deck on the phone with my grandmother, actually, and he came over to speak to me, and I spoke to him for about a good 45 minutes. He never said anything to me about his car, another vet bill. It was just this he submitted,
Hadn't
and
been
he
to the
gave me
second
his
vet
number
yet.
Okay, if you people keep talking over each other, I'm going to snap. Go ahead.
Okay, he gave me his phone number to have my husband not call him, but text him. He didn't want my husband to call him.
Okay, did anybody text anybody? I love text. Text is good evidence because
I went directly
you won't
over
lie.
there to
It'll be
talk
right
to him.
there. You did it again.
Sorry.
Your Honor. I went directly over there to talk to him after she received the bill to discuss the fact that I don't have this kind of money and I would like to pay him, you know, as I can. I'm completing the job, this and that. So.
Okay.
So he said he wanted a check in full. I said,
Okay.
okay. So I didn't have this in full. I wanted to try to give him what I could give him, work it out with him.
Yeah, but if your dog was roaming and his dog was roaming, then...
I didn't want to give him the full amount that I know. I thought maybe, you know, if the incident happened, I'd give him half.
Except for that's not what you said. What you said was you just couldn't give him the full
I
amount
just didn't.
then.
I was
that
just
you
trying
wanted
to do
pay
right.
him in parts. But not, I wanted to pay him half in parts, but you want to pay him the whole thing in
Well,
parts.
in the back of my, all I really wanted to pay him half.
Yeah,
But he
that
wouldn't
was a
accept
secret.
any.
You kept a secret you had in the back of your head. All right. Okay, apparently both your dogs were due for their rabies vaccine?
At the end of July, they would have been due.
Right, so why did they have to pay for the rabies vaccine?
Because I was unsure of whether or not their dog had a rabies shot.
I know, but both your dogs were due. I know that because your other dog got the rabies vaccine when you brought your dog in for the rabies vaccine.
Well, while they were there, I got the rabies vaccine early, but I
Okay.
brought them there.
But seriously, both of your dogs were due for a rabies vaccine and they both got them, even the dog that didn't get bit. So why would that be something they
Because
would
I
have
wasn't
to
sure
pay?
if the other dog had gotten bit or not.
Okay, now we're going in circles. You guys are next door neighbors?
Yes, we are.
It's adjacent.
That's awkward. It's adjacent?
It's
So you're
adjacent.
not next door neighbors, you're adjacent?
They face different directions.
Okay.
But the same building. It's this corner and that
All
corner.
right,
We share a
gotcha, I
partitioning
gotcha. All right, folks. I'm going to order the defendants to pay the plaintiff $750 for the damage to the vehicle. I'm going to order 0 for pain and suffering because you don't get pain and suffering on a dog bite case. Your pain and suffering doesn't matter. I know
For my
it's traumatic.
hand?
What happened to your hand, sweetheart?
When I had to defend my property, my dog, I had to punch the dog in the head to get the dog off. And in that process, bruised up my hand and my shoulder, my voice. I didn't have a voice for 2 weeks, okay? I had to take care of my own dog. I couldn't do the things I normally do because I had to attend to him for the whole time that he was stitched up, that he was on medication. I never said that I wouldn't give him the medication. He needed the medication. He was in pain. You can see from the pictures, obviously.
Do you have any medical bills to support your request for $2,500 in pain and suffering?
No, I don't, Your Honor. No, I don't.
All right. I'm going to order the defendants to pay the plaintiff the amount of the vet bills minus the rabies shot. I'm going to order the defendants to pay the plaintiff $750 for the damage to the vehicle. I believe that it happened in the vehicle. I can only believe that because I have no witnesses to the contrary. There's consequences for every decision in life, and that's one of the consequences. I find in favor of the plaintiff in this case in the amount of $1,798.25. You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so part of what the plaintiff sued for is on your shoulders. What's your feeling about the verdict here?
I just wish I was better prepared. He didn't deserve what, he got. He manipulated it. So.
Were you good neighbors at one point?
We were friendly neighbors. Hi, hello, goodbye.
What kind of neighbor is he, would you say?
He's a to himself kind of guy and stuff like that. So, he really loves his dogs and stuff like that, but he blew it all out of proportion. So.
Yeah. Well, what's the atmosphere going to be like in the neighborhood when you head back there?
Oh, I don't really care for the neighborhood I'm in. I enjoy my property, so I plan on moving out.
Oh, you do? All right. All right, right around the corner there. All right, so he says he's planning on moving out of the neighborhood there.
Thank goodness.
Yeah?
Easier for
Well,
me.
you happy about that?
Yes, very happy.
Why, he's not a good neighbor?
Well,
other than the dogs?
When somebody says they're going to pay the vet bills and then doesn't pay the vet bills, and then lies about the dog having a rabies shot when the dog didn't have a rabies shot, they're not good on their word, so.
That was a pretty traumatic experience there. I mean, punching a dog and stuff, I mean, that's not fun, but padding the thing for $2,400 for pain and suffering, what was that about?
That's just
with no evidence.
The evidence, when my dog goes to the hospital instead of me going to the hospital, I'll take that. Okay, I took my dog to the hospital instead of going to the hospital myself.
All right. Okay, Harvey.
It's crazy the defendant just minimized the gate being open, saying, yeah, it happens. Fact is that especially with a pit bull, these owners have to be responsible. And if they're not, and you live in the neighborhood, you should call the Department of Animal Control. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.